This is the AU-PM421 from Maono. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's kind of like Moana, but like switched around. So this kit is not really, atypical for the kind of things that you see, the inexpensive starter kits for podcasting, vlogging, whatever. But it's honestly actually priced a little higher than most of those, which makes me hope that it actually is better quality than a lot of those. Of course, one of the big differentiating factors is that this kit is a USB microphone. Anyway, let's just unbox the thing. User manual, pop filter, windscreen, 2 Velcro ties. Here's our USB cable, an articulating arm, a little shock mount. Here's the clamp for the desk, and a microphone. Cute. Yeah, everything feels pretty solid. All right, let's plug it in. All right, so this is the AU-PM421 from Maono. This is what it sounds like, and I'm gonna just use it for a few days and see how I feel about it, and then I'll come back and do a full review. Okay, so I've been using it, and I gotta say, overall, I've really liked it. This is a large diaphragm condenser mic. It can really do a lot of things. Voiceover, for singing, instruments, or really anything with it. This particular mic is a USB mic, as I said before. So that means it doesn't have a traditional XLR output. It plugs directly into your computer. Now, I've used this today on my Mac, as well as my Windows machine that I use for work. In both cases, I plugged it in and it worked right away. So that's great. Let's talk about some of the features. Okay, now this shock mounted mic stand I've seen before. In fact, I've pretty much bought it before. I've been using the other one that I have for over a year now and I've had no problems with it at all. So I won't really talk any more about that. I will mention the pop filter that it comes with though. The pop filter is actually quite good. I have another pop filter, but I think I like this one better. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. My guess is I'm getting a lot more P sounds in my lips as they press against the possible pressure of the... But while these things are off, let me talk about some of the other features. It's a nice looking mic. It's very streamlined. The first thing you probably noticed is this glowing blue orb here, which is a mute switch. And what that lets you do is... and then you can just unmute it like that. And it's not a physical switch. It's like a touchscreen kind of thing. So the idea here is that you can mute and unmute without having a lot of handling noise. So for example, and then underneath that is the mic gain level. Right now I've got it set to about halfway. Let's see what happens when I turn it up. All right, this is now cranked all the way up. My guess is I'm getting some overmodulation. It's very loud. I can see the waveforms spiking. La la la! It seems to be limiting itself. I don't see any actual clipping. Let me go all the way the other way. All right, now I've turned it all the way down, and there's still a little sound coming through, but not much, as you can tell. My guess is that the best setting is going to be probably right around there. So this kit and mic, I think, are really geared toward... All right, now as far as the quality goes, I'm not listening to it right now, so I don't really know. But in my opinion, the best way to judge a microphone is to just compare it to other similar microphones. So I've got a couple other large diaphragm condenser mics here, and I'll get them set up, and we'll do a couple tests. Okay, I've got 3 microphones set up here. The MXL V63M, the Maono AU-PM421, which is what you're listening to right now, and the Neewer NW800. Now the MXL has been sort of my go-to standard voiceover microphone. I've used it professionally. I've used it for guitar recording. I've used it for singing vocals. So anyway, to give these things a fair test, I've got a little Dr. Seuss here. Let me put my readers on. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. He can go like a cow. He can moo moo. Mr. Brown can do it. How about you? He can go like a bee. Mr. Brown can buzz. How about you? Can you buzz buzz? He can go like a cork. That's what he does. I'm not making this stuff up. He can go eek, eek, like a squeaky shoe. He can go like a rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. He can go like an owl, hoo, 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 hoo. Eek, 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 cock-a-doodle-doo, hoo, 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 hoo. How about you? How about you? How about you? Okay, so now I've got a lot to listen to. I'm going to listen to this on its own. I'm going to compare it to the others, see what I think, attach some numbers to my opinions, and give this thing an official score. Well, it's been a couple more days now, and I have continued to use it, and I have reviewed all of the footage and tests that I did. And I've realized two important things. One, I don't think I am pulling off this beard. Two, this is a really good mic. First category is performance. Does it perform in the way that it says that it's going to perform? And I have to give this one a perfect 3 out of 3. My benchmark for this was the V63M, and I really could not tell the difference between the two mics. This mic I would 100% use professionally. In fact, you might notice it's not here anywhere, and that's because I actually moved it to my office. I do have a real job in which I sometimes need to record voiceover and do things like that. And I've replaced the mic that I have there with the PM421 because it sounds great and it's simple because I can just plug it in with the USB. The second category is quality. Basically, how is it built? Was it well designed? I want to give this one almost a perfect score because it is very solidly built, but the volume knob I found to be a little fiddly. Because the volume knob sticks out a little bit, it sort of limits where you can put it in the shock mount. And when it is in the shock mount, it's actually a little tricky to get your hand in there and adjust the volume. So for quality, I give it a 1.5 out of 2. Next is versatility. This is the tricky one because I could make an argument for 0 and I could make an argument for full score of 2. Basically, it really depends on what you want. Because it's a USB microphone only, if, for example, you decided that you wanted to add another guest to your podcast, well, you can't really add another mic to this mic because the computer is going to see this mic as the only audio source. So what you would need is some kind of either multi-channel audio interface or a mixer to run things through. Either one of those things is going to take an XLR input, and because this is a USB mic, it won't have an XLR output, and so you can't use it. But just to be clear and fair, if all you need is the one microphone, this is a very good choice. Okay, last is cost, and I'm going to give this a perfect 3. At first glance, I thought this kit isn't exactly cheap. As of right now, this kit is a little less than $80 on Amazon, and my benchmark, the V63M, is about $90. And like I said before, they're virtually indistinguishable from each other. So that's a $10 savings, which isn't bad, but then you factor in the fact that this has the articulating arm, the shock mount, the pop filter, and that probably would have added another $20. The other thing to really consider is the fact that it's a USB microphone. If you don't already have an audio interface and you're comparing this mic to a traditional XLR-based mic, then you're going to also have to buy an audio interface. And those can range all over in price and quality. But the only one that I found that would get you approximately to what this mic already does is $40. So you add all of that together, and what you end up with is a very useful and functional kit with a really good sounding mic, which probably sounds $50 to $60 more expensive than it cost, especially if you don't already have an audio interface. Okay, so the final score is an 8.5, which is a big thumbs up from me. So thanks for watching. I do post reviews from time to time, but of course the heart of my channel is really about hymnologizing, which is the study of worship music, church music. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe. If you like gear reviews, don't forget to subscribe. If you like weird audio hacks, subscribe and click that notifications button. Thank you so much. See you around.